Hey y'all, James here before the show. I just want to let you guys know that in the beginning, while recording on Twitch, Corwin's mic was going in and out, and our guest's mic was sounding like bit crushed and sounding kind of weird. However, those issues get resolved pretty quickly, so don't worry that that's what's going to be the entire show. So, without further ado, let's get it started. Hey guys, I'm James.
And I'm Corwin, and I'm frozen, so it doesn't matter.
And welcome
Nothing
to...
even matters.
It's Corwin, that doesn't matter. This is the podcast part. And welcome to another beautiful episode of This Movie's Gay, where films, we watch them, and we sometimes talk about them. That's our catchphrase. That's our tagline now. Corwin? Oh, wait. Corwin, you're coming in and out. Our guest, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello.
Hey, well, this is odd. Uh-oh. I can't see the chat, so I can't even pull up the chat to see if the chat can hear us or not. Guest, but you're allowed to.
I mean, I don't know what to do. I'm downstairs from Corwin. I guess I could go see what's going on.
Hold your ear to the ceiling and just get the feel of his mood right now through that.
Corwin. Oh God, you know what'd be really great is if I could somehow train my cats to be like carrier pigeons, but like carrier cats, and just send messages back and forth between the rooms.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yes. Okay, could hear you the whole time. But Ryan for me sounds like he is talking through a tin can.
Yes, Ryan sounds like that for me as well, but I have not.
Oh no!
You sound like
tin can.
Okay, so there's these things called bit crushers in audio and music sense, where it makes it sound like, you know, when you're in playing the X-Men arcade game or Ninja Turtles, and they're like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it sounds like it's coming through a Sega Genesis. That's what you sound like right now.
Listen, I have these wonderful googly headphones that are actually from Google, so I assume they would be a little bit better.
Well, the weird thing is before we clicked record, or before we went live, you were sounding not like this. So that's weird.
Okay, well. It was literally as soon as my mic stopped working, your mic went weird.
Wait, did lightning touch down?
Maybe it's our internet.
Look out the window. Is Jason Voorhees out there now?
Jason Voorhees is right outside my door.
Oh no, Corwin.
Yeah, I know. It's very upsetting. I'm sorry my webcam is lagging. I don't know what's happening with it. And frankly, I can't really fix it.
I mostly want to apologize for Ryan, how I hope I can edit and mix it to make it sound better. But we've been talking about him enough. Let's introduce him, Corwin.
Oh my God. We have a special guest this week, my roommate, Ryan, who has been on the podcast before.
Yeah, that's me. Thunderous applause. Yeah, this is my third time. Thunderous applause. Third time actually proper being on the podcast, and several other times I've just been messaging along on the Twitch. Am I saying that correctly? On the Twitch, just randomly messaging from the other room because I can hear it. It's really fun, but I'm glad to be here.
Ryan, you're not that old. I think we're the same age. You can't be like, you're on the Twitch. Is that right? The Twitch? Is that what the children are calling it?
I have not a single idea how Twitch works. I'm sure it's a lovely thing, and I wish I had any idea how any of this works, and I just don't. Hey, not at all.
It's, I mean, for me, Twitch, I know how to use it, but when you start adding on all this minutia stuff, like the sound alerts, the bits, all of this other stuff, I'm like, hey, just watch me and subscribe. That's it. That's my base minimum of my knowledge.
I've done a few shows on it, but it's been just here's the video that I really poorly edited together, and then someone else makes it work. So I don't.
Ryan, you might have to unplug your headphones and plug them back in, maybe?
Or maybe like try that, and if that doesn't work, exit the thing, then come back in.
Okay. Did any of that help?
Oh, you sound fantastic.
100%. You sound amazing now.
Okay, great. Audio problem fixed. Put a disclaimer on. Everyone will have a great time.
Now you are lagging your voice, but it's fine. This is the weirdest episode so far.
Here we go.
Most of the time, it's just like my hat looking like it's a red MAGA hat. That's my blue, because Corwin like puts a chroma thing, and it makes my like the rainbow effect messes with my blue hat, and then all of a sudden I look like I'm a Trumper.
I'm going to assume that no one that's listening to this was a Trumper, but bye, right? I mean, can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? Cool.
At first
I was going to anyway.
I didn't know what "bye" you were saying. I thought you meant like "bye," like "bye" some weird thing that someone is a Trumper listening to this. But you meant like "bye, bitch." Bye, bye.
I did. Specifically, goodbye, bitch. We'll not see you around.
Yeah, man, he's out of here. Even though I'm still, until he's actually gone, I am still worried that he will not leave.
A lot of shit can go down in a couple of months. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
Is Corwin still here? Oh my God. Corwin, we can't hear you. If you can hear us, great, but we cannot hear you. This is Ryan. How are you? I haven't seen you since June. No. Was that 2 Junes ago?
Was it?
That birdcage?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I was just talking to Nicole. This year has only been 3 months. It's January, February, and then this entire block that has happened.
But, our other roommate, Rebecca, we sometimes will just sit back and be like, hey, remember when this, we watched Tiger King? That was like 3 years ago. We're like, no, that was this year.
Yeah, it's insane.
We watched Tiger King this year. Time has no meaning. Nobody knows. I don't know.
It's
I feel like...
Oh, Corwin's back.
Am I back?
Yeah.
I feel like I want to restart my computer, but I don't think that's going to actually fix anything. So I don't know where I am. If I just disappear, just let me know.
Will do.
Until then, it's just gonna be my face here.
But what if Ryan and I are having one of our just classic BFF style conversations, and we lose track of time, and we don't even notice you're gone, Corwin. Not saying that we notice you're gone, but like we get wrapped up in our conversation.
Then I'm gone. Then I'm gone.
Or I guess you can just walk downstairs and say like, "Hey, can you guys hear me?"
Literally just it's just me getting on, just going in front of Ryan's camera and being like, well, mine's not working, so
I just get kicked off my phone.
I thought that's what you guys were going to do, is just sit in front of Corwin's microphone.
The issue with that is that the way that I changed my desk, it's so very what the fuck is happening right now?
Well, outside?
No, on my webcam.
I can't see it.
Like, it looks so... I don't know what's happening. As long as my voice isn't, like, messing up, I don't care, I guess.
Yeah, your voice is good.
My camera. That is... It's showing, like, my...
But, Ryan, how have you been?
Goodbye, camera.
All things considered, not terrible. Just trying to get used to this weird ass digital age that we're doing.
So you said you've been doing shows on Twitch. Does that mean like live shows? Like because you're a thespian, you're probably itching to get back on stage. Unless you've been doing drive-in shows, you've been doing those.
I haven't. And like, to be totally frank, I sort of find the like Zoom show medium to be like kind of exhausting emotionally and like mentally. So I don't really love watching them. And it has nothing to do with like any of my friends that are incredibly talented or any of the amazing people that are doing things, it just takes a lot of bandwidth to like, you know, stare. So I'm trying to like reprogram myself to not be so like Scrooge bah humbuggy about it.
Yeah.
But no, I've done a few things.
I left for a moment.
Hi. Well, I'm just talking about me now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I did. You know, the Fly Honey show. We had a digital event. That was really cool. We decked out our apartment to watch it, so that was kind of fun.
Heck yeah.
And then I tried doing drag over Twitch, and it was relatively successful.
Yeah,
it was fun. And yeah, just a bunch of like, you know, workshop readings and a couple of the podcast things over the internet. And I really should be an adult and buy like a real microphone, and I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, you can get one for like all the bells and whistles, like in stand, pop filter. It's not the greatest quality, but it's still like good. You can get them for like $50-$60.
Yeah. You know, I have to pull the trigger and just be an adult and do it. But here we are.
Be an adult and do it.
You've probably been thinking this entire time, like, oh, once I buy this, vaccine's gonna be ready. And the cases are going to go down. And if you're thinking that, if anyone is thinking that, like, oh, I need to do this, but, oh, once I do that, the pandemic's going to be over and I won't need it. Fucking do it so it's over. That's best case scenario, you selfish asses.
Plus, I'm also kind of a narcissist, and I would just really enjoy having a microphone in my bedroom. It's like, who wouldn't?
You want to know one of the greatest things is getting a program that will allow you to auto-tune. So it's one of the funnest things that my friends and I used to do is we would just freestyle sing over a beat into auto-tune, and it's great.
Yeah, I need to get one. I'm gonna buy one tomorrow. Because I've gotten to do some like actual in-studio recordings for a podcast that hopefully should be coming out soon, TBD. And so like I got very used to like actually doing things on a real microphone and in like a, you know, a studio situation. And anytime that I would come in and you know, record with you guys was always a blast. And I'm a little bit of a narcissist, and I like having a microphone and hearing myself when I do things. So
it's fun.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh my God, I might have fixed it. Maybe.
I still don't see you.
Well, you're not going to see me on there. I'm only going to show up on the actual stream. Gamermate Jay said, hello, James and Ryan.
Howdy.
Because he couldn't see me. Hi, Jay. Thanks. It's going right now, so we'll see if it starts lagging again. Okay, so let's get into this. I didn't even do the intro really because I was so frazzled. James, we did the intro, right? That happened?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, great. Welcome to This Movie's Gay. Amazing. And this week we have special guest Ryan, who has been on the podcast before with Scrooge and Marley and The Birdcage. And now for another iconic film, To Wong Fu. Thank you for everything, Julie Newmar.
And another iconic film featuring Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah, he was there.
Uh-huh. Very briefly.
Yeah, I'm like, is it featuring Robin Williams or is it just like, you know, cameo by Robin Williams?
When was this released? 95?
1995.
Yeah, so they put Robin Williams in the advertisements to be like, yeah, he's here, guys. Don't worry. Come watch him.
Okay, and Patrick Swayze's Shoulders, another iconic movie featuring RuPaul. Yeah, RuPaul was in this. Okay, Ryan, you've been on the podcast. This is your third time, so you know what I'm going to ask next. Can you give us a quick synopsis of this movie?
I would love to give you a quick synopsis of this movie.
Amazing.
What a thrill. So you have two seasoned drag performers win a trip to Hollywood to compete in a much larger title. On the way, they drag the up-and-coming upstart, and they travel across the country, and hilarity ensues. Save lives along the way, and learn something about themselves in the process. There you go.
They travel halfway across the country. I was very disappointed at this being, hey, it's a road trip movie.
It's a road trip movie, and then they stop like They stopped like 3 states from New York, and they're just like, all right, well, we're here. This tiny town.
For the majority of the movie, so it's not that, like, it wasn't Pee-wee's Big Adventure or the titular road trip.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Pee-wee's.
One might argue that the journey to self is the greater journey.
Oh, okay. That's the biggest road trip.
Oh, yes. Ryan coming in with that.
Thank you so much.
Hey, people guys said John Leguizamo, best known for being Luigi Mario from the Mario Bros. Movie. Is that a thing?
Yeah. He was also the clown in Spawn.
And then Jay said the movie reminds me of RuPaul's Netflix series. Is that true? I haven't watched that. Is it AJ and the Queen?
I mean, there are like certain elements to where like it could sort of be compared to AJ. Is it saying that
every drag queen movie with a road trip is the same?
I mean,
every time I bring this movie up, if someone doesn't know what this movie is, I go, have you seen Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? It's Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, but it's got black people in it. Is usually what I say.
I have a note about that. I will be right back. I forgot to get my iPod.
Oh, James.
Oh.
He's just certain elements are similar. Yes, there are certain elements that are similar. So Ryan, I guess we have to wait for James.
I'm back.
He's there. He's back.
Oh, he's back. Okay, well, I just see you on screen, so that's all we see.
What about me now?
You're here. Yeah, it switches whenever y'all talk, so.
I was looking at reviews, professional reviews for this, and one of them said this was Emmanuel Levy from Variety wrote, a politically correct comedy about drag queens? This is the American response to the superior Aussie flick Adventures of Priscilla.
Oh my God.
So that was the other movie you wanted to watch this week, right?
Ryan had many options, actually.
Okay.
I chose this one because Ryan mentioned long ago that he wanted to see this with us, and we just haven't had him on the podcast for a minute.
He claimed
mainly because of the pandemic, and also Ryan being busy as hell. Your focus has gone to your microphone, James.
There's nothing I can. It was focusing to this doughboy.
So put your like hand in front of it, and then like back. No, like right directly in front of the camera.
Oh.
And then pull it back, and it should pull the focus back. I don't know.
I tried
Jay
to. It'll
said,
just
love all the way from Australia, by the way.
Oh, nice.
We love you, Jay. Okay, so there was a comment that you made when we saw RuPaul, Ryan, because we watched it together.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to speak on RuPaul?
Sure. So, I mean, RuPaul coming from the ceiling is iconic, and it's just fracking amazing. I mean...
Not the fracking.
But, like, before RuPaul and, like, RuPaul's Drag Race and, the entity that is, like, RuPaul now, RuPaul, like, was acted in a fuck ton of movies,
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I just remember, like, that image of, like, a black drag queen coming down wearing a gown made out of the like Confederate flag was just like a giant like fuck you to like everything. And it was so like cool and edgy and punk and like wow and like and now it's like that looks kind of safe, I guess, or go back to fracking RuPaul.
Hit people guys said and her name Rachel Tension,
which is I mean it was cool, man. Like it was drag. Like that's what drag was. Political statements. It was a lot. It was more than putting shit up on Instagram, which is not to say there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I'm not a drag queen, so like really, what do I have to say? I'm just a queer person in my mid-30s that's like seen a bunch of stuff. So that's what I think.
Amazing. I mean that it is important to note that despite RuPaul's fracking endeavors recently, that she has done a lot for LGBTQ people and movies and everything.
And can do more now with that. And can do now. Oh my God. And can do more now
James,
with that.
So fucking blurry.
Oh, and what? Am I? I don't look blurry in my camera.
You're
like
so
I can see.
blurry.
Let me get this joke out. And can do more now with all that fracking money.
Yeah. $10,000 for the next top drag queen.
That's all you get from fracking?
No, I don't know.
I hope not.
She's got a lot more, I'm assuming. I don't know. Anyway, did you have any notes for the movie, James?
Yeah, I got notes. I would like to comment. I will try not to say any, even or I'll just like comment on things because I'm not in the right mood as of right now to like be critical against things because I think I'm critical against everything. Yesterday, you guys know, people will cry themselves to sleep. Lately, I've been waking myself up crying. So
Oh, good.
I haven't been.
That's not good.
Also, like, I'll finally say it on the podcast. The dark things and the traumatic events that happened. Franklin passed away a few weeks ago, so that's why I haven't been in a great mood. And that's why I woke up crying because I couldn't find Frank in my dream. And I was like, no, I heard him. Where's he at? And then I was just bawl crying in my dream. And I woke up hyperventilating and then started crying. So, yeah. So I can't comment on things properly. But let me get into some notes. What's the...
Hey, people guys said, I'm sorry to hear that, James.
Hey... Don't be sorry. Subscribe to Core Winning. That's what you should do. I'm kidding. I know he already probably is.
Oh my god.
Because Steve is a great person.
Steve is amazing.
Okay, so I'm guessing we all watch this on Netflix.
Yeah. We watched it on Netflix.
So right when you start anything on Netflix, if it's rated PG or above, it will tell you why it's rated that. The reason why this is rated PG-13 as by the MPAA is men living in drag. That's a reason you can up a rating? No. MPAA, get fucked.
Thank you, Hey People Guy.
Let's
to the sub.
Let's forget that there's smoking on film. There are depictions of spousal abuse, depictions of attempted rape.
That's one of the reasons why spousal abuse spousal abuse and I think just general violence, but there is so much more. There's sexual themes that you could put in there.
Yeah, but dear God, not men dressing up as women. What?
No.
Men living in drag. Oh my God.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay, James. Oh, did you have any comments on that, Ryan? Because I feel
that was my comment. That was my big comment.
I remember us seeing that and we talked about the violence in the movie and we're like, what? There was violence? Not remembering that things happened.
Which felt like they were trying to play it up for comedy, but it's not.
What, the spousal abuse
thing
or what? Yeah.
It's tonally, maybe it's because of my current mental state, but I was like, what are they trying to do right here?
I think that we need to remember that it's a lens in the 90s, and then it's a movie that already says a lot right in the beginning with RuPaul coming out.
Yeah.
Named Rachel Tensions with a Confederate flag dress. I think the spousal abuse, I think they did take it seriously for what it was and gave Stockard Channing agency after removing her spouse. I think that was a good thing they did with that. But I do understand that it can be seen as a little light because you had a drag queen go in there and just beat the shit out of somebody. But drag queens do that sometimes, James.
But as he's walking away, the Virgil, the music sounds like Bulk and Skull and Power Rangers, womp 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 womp. And it's okay, what was that? Just what? It should be a triumphant, not a fanfare of comedy. And then the spices thing in the chili is you immediately know Virgil is a bad person because one, he hits women and doesn't like any spices in chili. That's what chili is there for. My dad thinks peppercorn is too spicy, but you better believe his fucking ass that he puts spices in chili, no matter how much it's gonna burn his little mouth.
Hey, people guy, I'm living for you going to be a Sailor Scout sometime next year.
Corwin, I can't. You have to read all the chat and give. Like, I don't know what that means.
Do you want me to read it to you? Okay, so hey, people guy said men living in drag is PG-13 ? And they said, I do not want to live in drag, but I'm definitely going to be a Sailor Scout sometime next year. There's a level of bad person there, and I think you're overemphasizing One Piece. You're overemphasizing them not liking spices as opposed to him beating his wife.
No, but that's how you know, like, immediately you shouldn't like he's a bad person all around.
Not only does he beat his wife, but he has no taste in food.
He's just like this dumb white man. That's really what the no spices tell you.
Same with Sheriff Dullard, dumb white man.
Yeah. And him getting pissed about the typo. It's like, well, just casually say, hey man, it's actually a typo. I apologize. Just don't be pissed at other people for assuming your name.
I don't think he's the kind of person that goes and apologizes to anyone.
That dude was a bitch.
I mean, he does enter that scene dropping the N-bomb and the S-bomb within like the first sentence of meeting these people. So like,
and he immediately has his hand on his gun.
Yeah. He knows what those career girls want. Careers?
Yeah.
Careers?
Yeah. I feel like there's so many things there that I just can't speak on because I have never gone in drag or anything like that. And though I hate the construct of gender, I am typically identified as a man. So there's just there's a lot there in those scenes. But all cops are bastards. Let's just that's there, and that's what this movie said in 1995.
Yeah.
It said fuck the police.
Does anyone else have notes, or do you want me to keep getting into mine?
Keep going.
All right. At first I was like, wait, this is Patrick Swayze? And I guess I can't recognize him unless he's a ghost with his boner up against a woman's back.
Ooh, too real.
No, it's fake. He's a ghost, even though ghosts are real. I won't get on my soapbox about ghosts being real. It just baffles me that science isn't only focused on making sure ghosts are real or not.
Hit People Guy said, like between the two, I think hitting women is a stronger piece for not thinking a person is good.
Guys.
Correct.
We're also a comedy podcast.
Gamermate Jay said, I did amateur drag on stream during my charity stream, but I define myself as a man. Just love having fun and all. I feel that, Jay. I feel that. I mean, I typically wear tiaras on my stream because I love tiaras and I'm going to wear them. But I don't know if I would necessarily... Like, if I was given a choice of gender, I'd say nothing. But in today's day and age, I am privileged in that I am white, and I'm privileged in that I look like a man. So I do acknowledge that I do have that privilege, and that because I have the big bushy beard and all of that, I will probably never be seen as someone that is non-binary. And that's, a societal thing. Because gender is, a construct that we deal with. I feel like James is getting blurrier by the second.
I'm not doing it. Like,
no, every time
hold on, I want to see. Hold on. Oh yeah, I am very blurry. Wait, no, and now I'm good. And now I'm good.
It just fixed it. It fixed it. You're good.
Freak.
You're good now. Oh my God.
I need Nicole to come in now to switch my computer so I can see Ryan. Because I had to like zoom up on me in the record.
Oh, in the record. Okay, James. What are some other notes that you've got?
Okay, so they steal a signed photo of Julie Newmar.
Yeah.
At a restaurant that like gave them inspiration. Who and why would you steal a photo at a restaurant? Like who of and like what do you think that would like
like us personally?
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm gonna let you go first.
I mean, if I straight up, if I saw a photo of Julie Newmar in a restaurant, I would absolutely take it only because of this movie. And just like,
yeah, but if any famous person at all, if you saw a photo of them, like, what famous person would be the most stealable photo?
I don't, to be true, honest, I mean, I would take like a B-list celebrity just because, like, why the fuck not? Like, I'm the wrong person to ask that particular question to, just because I don't have any real, like, idols as far as celebrities are concerned. That's not true. If there was a signed photograph of Karen Olivo, the Broadway actress extraordinaire, I would absolutely take hers because she's badass.
James.
So Karen Olivo, that's what I'm saying.
James, since you posed the question, who would you take?
See, mine are like E-list celebrities. My first one would be if I saw a signed photo of Craig McCracken, creator of Powerpuff Girls, I'd be like, oh, no one's looking.
I'm taking that off the wall.
I can take that. Or like if I always told myself there's a very cool antique store near our hometown of Muskegon. Our being Nicole and I's, not the three of us. We didn't all meet in Muskegon. That'd be weird. There's a signed Yogi Bear cell by Hanna-Barbera, and I was like, when I make it big, I'm gonna go back there. It's only like $1,200. It's not like an insane price, and it's probably, since it's been there for years, I could probably work down the price. But if I saw a Hanna-Barbera signed anything, I'd snag that up.
Snag that? I don't know who I would take. Like, I do. If there was a photo of Dame Maggie Smith signed with a nice note on it about tea, I would snatch that in a heartbeat. It would be gone.
I thought you were going to say like some fantasy writer.
I mean, there are so many good people that I would also like take their stuff. You saying fantasy writer, and I'm like, ooh. Let me look at my fantasy writer lists.
Actually, if I saw Corwin on the wall signed, I would be like, I don't think this, like, I think
it's a trap. It's a trap.
No, I would be more concerned. Like, I don't think Corwin was here and signed this. This seems, I don't know, like bad. This shouldn't be here.
It shouldn't. So what are you saying? What are you saying, James?
I'm saying it feels like they're like, oh, we forged this, or because like the places I go, Corwin doesn't go. So
they forged it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fake. Jay said I would go for a signed autograph of Ariana Grande. I would kill for a Freddie Mercury though. And he also loves the classic Cartoon Networks.
Hell yeah.
Joe Abercrombie would be my best fantasy writer. He's hot and also a good writer. Oh my god. Okay, let me look at my phone. Let me look at my my book list.
You love Tolkien.
I wouldn't steal a photo of Tolkien though.
Oh, he's so sexy though.
So sexy with those elves and orcs and hobbits.
And just so many men. That dude loved men.
Who doesn't?
Fair. Who doesn't?
His books are full of them.
I would also steal.
Also love them.
I would also steal Christine Baranski because she is an American
you would
treasure.
100% steal Christine Baranski.
100% Christine Baranski. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm a little upset that I never stole the Kathleen Turner in Tallulah poster from Broadway in Chicago.
Oh my god. Kathleen Turner.
I have this bit where for some reason I've decided that so Kathleen Turner had a show that came through about a year or so ago, or maybe it was this year. I don't remember time, but it was called
last year.
Sure, it was called like Finding My Inner Voice or like Finding My Voice, some vague title like that. And I just decided that her voice that she found was that of like an old timey pirate. So it was my name's Kathleen Turner, and we found your voice.
I'll never forget her just like screaming at the stage crew because they were like refilling an oxygen or an air tank for one of the other shows that was there that morning, and she was like screaming. It was great. Had to be there. All of us were just like sitting there in the corner, just like holding laughs in. Is the main thing I remember from that moment. Okay, we completely lost track of the movie, by the way. I'm realizing as I'm talking about authors.
Yeah, I'm ready for my next note. I've been Corwin,
James,
you're just on your phone looking at authors.
You know,
we're knockoffs. Who cares of name brands? They criticize Chi-Chi for wearing knockoffs, but no. Who gives a shit? That's just capitalist pigs trying to have you fight for what's in fashion. No. Wear whatever, as long as you're getting them at knockoff prices.
Now, on the other hand, I would say support designers that are designing for like good reason and like for the future and for the world. Like, support those designers.
But if you're gonna mop a pair of like pumps from like a Macy's, go for it.
Yeah,
put them in your bag.
Just
that's what they did. That was very common in like in drag culture. You mop shit. You know, just gonna stick
it in your bag and then buy a $3 bracelet, and it's fine. It's fine. I gave to the store. Who cares about the stores? We care about the people.
Who cares about corporate stores? Small businesses, do not steal from them.
Yeah.
Not that we're advocating for stealing stuff, but if you were...
We would never advocate for illegal acts.
Never. But if you are, like, steal from the Targets, fuck them.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Or from Whole Foods, because that's owned by Amazon.
Yeah.
James.
What's that?
More notes.
All right, I'm going. It's guys, like closing and locking doors in movies. I don't care how great the weather is. You always put the top back up at the end of the night, because if it ends up raining, you're screwed.
Like the car?
Yeah, because they didn't do that when they went into the hotel, and I was extremely upset, especially because it looked like it had just rained when you look at unless a sprinkler system was going.
Well, the valet went out afterwards, so it's fine. The valet put the car up.
I thought that was the manager of the place.
Women. They can't do that. It might have been the manager, but he was the valet in that moment.
Okay.
Also, for all they knew, like, they just assumed that, like, Chi-Chi was going to get her ass kicked for going in there. So you keep the top down. So you've got to jump in the car, make a quick getaway.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So they probably, once they got settled, they went in, put the top up.
Okay. Yeah, because they would have had to get their clothes and, like, the suitcases and luggage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm fine with this now. But
also with that car, 100% style over substance. Come on. Can't drive across country to California to Hollywood without looking cute. Come on, James.
I didn't. If it's my choice, don't have a car at all. Cars suck.
James is like, I'm walking.
Yeah, I'm anti-car.
That's fair. What are your other notes, James?
How would that cop have died anyway? Like, he was just pushed on the ground, and he was clearly heavy breathing.
Oh, as on the ground?
Yeah.
I didn't notice the heavy breathing on the ground.
Just like you can see his whole body rise and descend.
James, suspension of disbelief. They thought that they killed a man.
Well, here's I'll add some like realism to the context, right? So this is 2020, right? So this summer, I spent a good part of the summer like in Connecticut with family, just sort of riding this whole thing out. I happened to buy a car while I was there, so sorry, James.
Oh, no.
I know. And so I drove back and forth Chicago to Connecticut a couple of times.
Ooh.
And just that stretch, as a queer person of color, it gets kind of fucking scary.
Yeah.
Driving by yourself or like with a group of like other like queer people. Like I would say in Cleveland, even though it wasn't a super like halfway point between the two, like one day of traveling was a lot shorter than the other day because I knew that I needed to stay in like a big metropolitan area in order to feel safe.
Yeah.
So to be a queer person of color with another queer person of color or just another, visibly queer person driving across the country, especially in the 90s, and getting pulled over, like that sense of like panic and like that's real. Like I absolutely could feel that sense of panic in like rural fucking America, which is not to say that we're, you know, that they're bad people, but you know, it's scary.
Yeah.
When the population doesn't look like you. And so like I could totally see them just jumping to that like conclusion that like, well, he's dead. I pushed him. He's not moving. He's dead. We're fucked. We gotta go. You know? So yeah, I buy that.
They also the other two should have checked because they had already established that
I'm not touching that body.
That Chi-Chi was
I am not touching that body.
Not the most intelligent of the three.
Still not touching that body.
But I mean, like, you wouldn't call? Oh wait, no, you would still call it a body. Ryan and I got pulled over,
and someone tried to fill up Ryan, and he pushed him, and they fell on the ground and weren't moving. Ryan, I'm not touching that body. We're getting out of here. Let's go. Let's go. We are in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night. Let's go.
No, what you do is you find a rock and make sure the job is done.
No, you just back up.
Then there'll be like pieces of him on your car, and you know, if you're trying to get away with it.
Also, in the night, like I was expecting this to be a road trip movie, so I was like, oh, they're gonna get out of this without any issue because they'll be all the way across the country.
They'll have to go, yeah,
in a rental without the internet.
Yeah,
and without a map because they threw the map away.
Oh yeah.
Also, I want to point out, and I pointed out during the movie, that the guy literally said that he was going to bring in 3 corpses. The cop, he said he was going to bring in 3 corpses. What? Are you judge, jury, and executioner here? Yeah. And that's like a mentality that, you know, they made a joke about it. And that's something that probably flew over your head, James, when you were watching it.
Oh, no,
You have a note about? Okay, good. Because, like...
It was in my head of, like, holy shit, this dude wants to... Like, in my head, I was like, wow, this is the most fragile masculinity scene because it's from both ends of, like, the super jokey of, like, haha, you got beat up by a girl. And then, like, yes, I got beat up by a girl, but I will make sure they all die.
Yeah, like...
It is both ends of that spectrum.
So as far as the film and like relevancy and all of that scene in particular is still pretty relevant because, you know, with the police brutality issues going on in the world, specifically in the US, but it is a world thing. It's not just the US, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
That mentality of being able to even put that joke in a movie, and that I guarantee there are people that have watched this movie that have heard that joke and have not haven't had a second thought about it. For a police officer to literally say, oh, I'm going to bring back corpses. He's not going to arrest them or anything like that. He's going to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's still relevant, you know, today. But we also have things in the movie that aren't necessarily, didn't age quite as well. Specifically the scene where Noxie was explaining drag queens to Chi-Chi. The terminology used is a bit outdated.
Yeah.
So we could see that not aging as well. But, you know, the police brutality thing.
The police brutality thing, unfortunately, is still relevant, which sucks.
Still relevant and very unfortunate.
Like when you hear rap songs from the mid-'70s or like Fresh Prince from the early 90s where like these jokes or these like in quote special episodes are still like, oh, this could just be released today and still be as relevant as it was back then. It fucking sucks.
Also, hi, C.
Hey, C.
And Jay, I didn't comment on it, but as long as the characters have lots of beards, you're happy with it. We know, Jay. We know you love a beard. Yeah. So I just wanted to point out that was a thing with a cop. And then also that even though this movie came out a little over 20 years ago, there's still some things that didn't age quite as well, and we've seen that with a lot of the gay movies we watched. But one thing this movie did that we haven't seen in a lot of the gay movies, it does have characters of color, which is great. Could always use more. But we did have Wesley Snipes playing a lead as a Black drag queen, and he did incredible in that role.
Whoever trained him to do that, like, deserves everything, because him as Noxima is like, it's everything. It's fucking everything. It's so good. It's so good.
I've met many drag queens, and Noxima could fit in. Just like no learning, graceful period. Noxima would fit right in that lineup, and it'd be fine.
I don't know about the like fandom of this movie or people's thoughts and opinions on it, but Patrick Swayze, I think, was just he fell flat. Like, I didn't believe him in this role, and just kind of was reading the lines.
What do you think?
Do you guys think?
I see where that idea comes from, and I don't think you're necessarily totally wrong. Because I Googled a thing, and apparently, like, John Leguizamo and Swayze, like, came to head a few times on set, because John is very much from like the improv background, and so was like adding a lot of like quips and like really bringing the character alive, whereas like Swayze just kept it as written. And there's something to be said about the character of Miss Vita Boheme. Like, Vita Boheme would not, like, she would absolutely read what was on the page. So like it worked for me for the character. Like, it gave them three very distinct different, character flaws. She's not the favorite by any means.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought generally he did a pretty good job.
I also felt like Wesley Snipes was for sure improving that scene, chasing after the older woman that doesn't speak. That was fantastic.
I laughed so hard in that.
Did you just pull a
Girl,
Yui?
did you just do a U-turn?
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes did incredible. I didn't have a problem with Patrick Swayze's performance, and like Ryan said, it sort of fits that character to be exactly like that. That's why I didn't really have a problem with his characterization of it, and I didn't think it necessarily fell flat, because he did play a character that Vita is very by the books and very very, very motherly, matronly.
Yeah, it might be like the Blossom Bubbles Buttercup thing of Powerpuff Girls, where I just like detest Blossom, and Patrick Swayze in this movie would be playing
Blossom.
Is the Blossom role. So that just might be my bias against that kind of character.
Yeah.
Of a stick in the mud.
But you need that person, that archetype in this movie to like keep it going and to ground it.
I want absurdity. I want craziness.
You want chaos.
Yes, I do.
Same, but I do like the grounding factor of Vita.
It's the straight man.
Yeah. You need that to play off of Noxie and play off of Chi-Chi. You need that straight man, and yeah, that's what you need for the comedy to really, really hit home.
Yeah.
More notes, James.
I just got a few more. So speaking on the woman who doesn't talk, everyone's saying, "Oh, she just does not talk," but it's because no one is saying anything that interests her, and it's exactly like
she doesn't care.
My friend Cord in high school. Everyone would be like, "What? Wait, you hang out with him? Like, he doesn't talk. What do you do?" I'm like, that dude doesn't shut up. He doesn't talk to you guys because you're not talking about pro wrestling, Megadeth, or X-Men. If you bring up any of those, he will not shut up.
That's fair.
And throwing some love to Blythe Danner, who she has that moment where like when they're talking about Clara, the Oli doesn't talk, and Blythe Danner just does like this little like facial expression that is like not PC at all, but just like is just full on Blythe Dannerism. She just goes like,
Definitely, that's something that a small town person would do too. Like where I grew up, someone would do that, and you'd be like, "This is a conversation for later."
Corwin,
but yeah, what's up?
Did you notice a previous actor from a
Seth
film?
Grant? Yeah.
Is that from Sordid Lives?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know the actor's name. So
it's
Sissy.
She's from Sordid Lives. She's not from The Sordid Wedding.
Even though they look exactly alike.
I was going to bring that up too, that Beth Grant, I was actually going to ask you that, but you got it.
I got it. I zoomed in. I was like, that is someone who looks familiar.
Sissy.
It's Sissy from Sordid Lives.
I love that movie, that series. I love it.
Why wasn't Ryan on those episodes, Corwin?
Because the first episode that we did, I wasn't.
Oh,
I was at the old place in the new episode.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know. It was moving and craziness.
And then what was the other one I had? Oh, okay. So
you have something on the back.
What?
I said you have something on the back. I don't know what it says.
Oh no, that's for Mostly Speaking Sentai notes.
Oh.
One more thing. There's a boy in town that loves Chi-Chi and then brings Chi-Chi to this what do you call
billboard?
Was it I thought it was on one of those corn mills.
No, it was a billboard.
A silo, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, so it's a Coca-Cola and it says "We love" and then cross out Coca-Cola and put Chi-Chi, and that I did like a dumb kid laugh because Monse from I'll Get There and guest of Mostly Speaking Sentai a bunch, Monse told me that when she saw Dragon Ball, that they would alwais laugh at Chi-Chi because Chi-Chi means breast as like slang in Mexico. So like she'd just be like, Chi-Chi's. And like that character's name is Boobs. So I laughed at that.
I'm sure that was taken into account.
Yeah, I'm sure about that too, Ryan. Especially starting off strong with racial tensions. Also, person we didn't mention, Coco Peru.
Miss Coco Peru!
Very beginning. They're real drag queens that are in that opening sequence, James.
I wrote a list.
Yeah. Coco Peru is one of those, and she is in a ton of movies of the time. So we'll be watching another one of those at some point that has Coco Peru in it. So you'll see who that is.
Also, there was Hedda Lettuce, Lady Bunny, Candace Kane popped up. Like drag legends were in that in this film, which was just really kind of cool to see as well.
Nice cameos like Robin Williams.
Which I'll argue that like Robin Williams was in this movie longer than Drew Barrymore was in Scream, and she got top billing.
Oh yeah. Well, I also like when we were watching that, I forgot Robin Williams was in this one, and I think you did too, Ryan. But
I always do.
It's always every single time. And when he popped up, I was like, oh, James is gonna love this, and he's gonna be mad that we haven't watched this one yet, because the last one that had Robin Williams in it, he also got mad and was like, why haven't we watched this yet?
Well, that one was because it's just a fantastic movie.
We talking Birdcage still?
It was a fantastic movie.
Like I said, I'm in a bad headspace, so...
That's fair. We understand that.
Like, I'm like, wow, I don't even want to masturbate, so...
Oh my God, James.
That's the kind of headspace I'm in right now. I don't enjoy things that I used to, which I hear might actually be not a my best friend dying thing. Could just be a pandemic thing in quarantine.
No, it sounds like a grief depression thing.
I've heard other people.
The pandemic is also very grief worthy and very traumatic. So it all sort of blends together. Also depressive. Yeah. Did you have any other notes, James?
No, that's it. I enjoyed the movie.
You enjoyed the movie. I'm glad. I think
I've only not enjoyed one movie on here, so
the lesbian movie.
Yeah, a Make-A-Wish or whatever the fuck it was called.
The lesbian movie. Yeah. So thank you for being here, Ryan. And watching this movie with me. I'm sure you'll watch the next one with me too. I don't know if you'll be on the podcast, but you'll watch it with me probably.
I will probably be there. Yeah.
And thank you everyone that stuck around for the technical difficulties and everything like that. Ryan, do you have anything Actually, before plugs. Yeah, overall, I enjoyed the movie. I definitely think it's a movie that people should 100% watch. It does have things that are a little outdated, so, don't go around quoting Noxie all the time or other characters all the time, because some things are a bit outdated. It was made in the 90s, and things have changed since then.
Especially when they're saying things like believe in yourself. Come on, guys.
Never fucking believe in yourself. But yeah, I think that the movie overall still has some great moments and great things in it. And, unlike that last movie we watched, this one actually has people of color in it, which is great.
Yeah.
That 90s. One was so bad. Can I insert a little bit of information I know about this film?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
Fun and exciting before we wrap up. So I don't know his name. Douglas Carter Bean, who wrote the movie, back when he was writing the film, part of his contract, he made sure that he would get theatrical rights for the film, which at the time nobody was doing musicals of movies. Right now, it's happening all the time. So he got in and did a really smart thing and secured those rights, because technically those rights should belong to the studios or to the directors. And he was like, no, I want it. And which is a really smart, cool theater nerd thing to do. He did that. That's just fun info.
Like Suge Knight and the master tapes of Death Row Records.
I don't know what that is.
I assumed so.
I had something else to say, but I don't remember what it was.
Then plugs, baby.
Plugs, baby. Ryan, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
I have absolutely nothing to...
Amazing. Remember, y'all, if you've got an IMDb Pro account, please update Ryan's picture on IMDb. He deserves it. You can take a screenshot from this even and stick it in there, and that'd be better than what was there, which is nothing.
I'll send you a high-res headshot. Just ask for it.
Yeah.
Or as I explained last week, go to Instagram.com, click inspect on, right click, inspect. Find the code, the HTML code, do the drop down. Then you'll see a link. It'll be from Facebook, even though you're on Instagram. And then you right click on that, then open in a new tab. And then you'll be able to download any photo on Instagram.
Okay. Y'all know my plugs and everything. I follow my theater company, Sawbucks Theater Collective. We're not doing anything right now, but hopefully once the pandemic and all that stuff is over, we'll do stuff. Follow me here on Twitch at CoreWinning. James, plugs.
Hey, guys. Go over to patreon.com/MLM pod to support this network the best way you can. We have Cooking Right Now, Engaged with Nicolas Cage. That's Nicole and I watching every single Nicolas Cage movie. We have Talking About Beyblade. That's a show that just me is talking Beyblade. And we have the Toka Reading Corner and the podcast that be. That's TC and I spin-off of What the Hellmouth, where we're discussing Angel. The first episode is out, and I think it's very funny. And right now, our goal of 150 a month, that will get you guys, whoever's a patron, access to a watch-along or commentary track, whatever you want to call it. It will be of a live-action, straight-to-DVD Scooby-Doo movie. There are 3 of them. So right now we have a poll. Anyone can vote on it on patreon.com/MLM pod for which one. It will either be Mystery Begins, Curse of the Lake Monster, or Daphne and Velma.
Daphne and Velma.
So head over there. Please support us. It would mean the world to us if you did get us closer to that 150. Then at 200, we also have Nicole and I will do another 12-hour live stream. And then if you want free stuff, go to MLMpod.com to find out more information about my other podcasts, such as What the Hellmouth, Hit It and Crit It, and Mostly Speaking Sentai. And listen to my rap music under Marshland Monster, wherever music is found. That's all I got. Also, I totally forgot. Even though I had the page open to our shout outs for $10 patrons, we got a big shout out to Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, aka The Waz, Orion, aka the rapper Defo, Kayla, aka Two Grapes, Duo Grun Fox, that's 2 grun for the price of Fox. Wait, I always mess that up. 2 Fox for the price of grun.
2 grun.
Tyler Wright, and Elliot W, aka at Garlic Sunshine on Instagram,
who made a wonderful picture of us, who I always show. I need to get it so I can just flash it on the screen, but I keep forgetting to do that. Wuzzle123, I'm here. Wait, I'm subbed. Yes, Wuzzle, Hit People Guy. James made a joke about Hit People Guy loving us so much and to sub here. And he's already subbed. So what Hit People Guy did is he gifted a sub. So you got that. So if you can give some love to Hit People Guy, he's wonderful. He's a friend.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for popping in, Wuzzle. I guess that's it. I'll remember next time, maybe.
I've been James.
I've been Corin. Oh, our 2 year?
Yes.
2 years coming up? So our next episode... Thank you. Our next episode should be us celebrating that. And then the episode after that, we're going to be doing another movie by Legally, the director and writer for Monster Pies and the Neon Spectrum.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm bad at names. So we'll be doing another movie by him for after the anniversary episode to celebrate the anniversary for that episode. Yeah. So thank you guys for being here. That'll be in. I'll announce the next movie for our anniversary episode next week. And then, again, I'll probably be watching it in my Discord for anyone that wants to join me. So check us out there. Thank you guys so much for being here. I've been Corwin.
I've been James. And then, Ryan, you say I've been Ryan.
I've been Ryan.
And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.